Be the change. If you're one of those people who feel like maybe there could be something more, maybe there could be something more to your life than what you're currently experiencing, maybe life could be better than what you are currently experiencing, then this message might be for you. Great Spirit, Father God, higher power, consciousness, presence, being. What is the overall here? Lost in the ruins of the past. Find the way to the present moment and live. Oh, the ruins of the past, they can take up so much of our time. The ruins of the past can ruin everything else in your life unless you choose to pause and deal with the consequences of the ruins of the past. Whatever we've been through, unresolved things with people, situations, things that happen, if we don't resolve it, it's gonna be with us for the rest of our duration on planet Earth. So whatever you do, unless you resolve it, unless you sit down and sit with it, whatever it is that is bothering you from your past, if you don't face it like head on, it will come back around over and over and over again until you learn the lesson. And when you learn the lesson, lo and behold, gone it is. This is why it's such a beautiful thing to make the effort to go within, close your eyes and go within and just familiarize yourself with your insides. Like, how do you feel on the inside? What is going on your inside? And be aware of that. Because the answers that you find in there is going to help you so you don't have to get lost in the ruins of the past no more. So someone might be feeling like, I'm not fitting in here, or I can't really get ahead in my life. I can't really get my stuff together. Someone feeling like, you know, this is not quite what I was wanting for my life. So I'm going to go ahead and go out there and see if I can find what I'm looking for emotionally, what would fulfill me. And then being left out in the cold is not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to feel like you don't fit in. But I would say that sometimes the ruins of the past can be the reason why you feel like you don't fit in, because you're holding on to all these consequences of the ruins of the past. And if you were to sit down and go within and take that journey within and figure out what are the consequences that you have from your past, then you would be able to release it. And then you could also be able to share it. But what you don't know until you know it. And so if you're feeling like unease, or you're always feeling like fearful, or not feeling not right, then maybe there is something that is calling for your attention, like inside of yourself, some kind of something that is calling for your attention, so that you can go within there and then you can find the connection point, so you can reconnect with everything around you, because life also becomes much more beautiful when you can share it with others, and when you can share what you have learned, and you can share your lessons, and you're not like drowning in your own emotions anymore. And it's possible to do that. I know that for a fact, but you just have to be willing to go within. It's the only thing that is going to change. And the goal here is a noble one. Like, this is definitely something that you can accomplish. Like, you can find that wish fulfillment. Like, you can find that place where you can feel content, where you can feel like you have enough, where you can feel like you have the foundation that you need. You have the foundation with your time, your resources, your money, and your situations. And you can find the inner strength to connect with people and to bring in those people that you need to create a good foundation for yourself in your life. And it's definitely doable, and it's definitely a noble goal. But a noble goal also, it's when you're in hardship, and if you feel like this is not my place, this is not where I want to be, I wish I was free to do different stuff, or I wish I was with different people, or maybe I wish that I was a person without all this baggage from the past, like having to carry all these things. And that's good. And that's the first step of the awareness that something is not quite how you want it to be. And the beautiful thing is that it doesn't have to stay that way, but it will require action. You have to take action on these things that Spirit is telling you. Spirit is guiding your soul into some kind of a direction, some kind of resolving old wounding by somehow going within and acknowledging, maybe stop denying the old wounds that has been there from the ruins of the past. And so that you don't have to be lost in it. And the dream is noble, like to have a firm foundation, to have good people in your life, to have the time and the money and the food, and to do the things that you want to do, and to have that wish fulfillment. That is a beautiful goal, and that is definitely doable. It doesn't matter how hard your past was. Whatever happened to you in the past is in the past, but you might keep bringing it with you because you don't sit down and resolve the consequences of what went on there in the past. And so the conflict then for being able to accomplish your goal, because it is a noble goal. It is a good thing to wanting to be able to share with people, to have a foundation, have that wish fulfillment. And then the conflict can be if you don't deal with the consequences and the ruins of the past, for the most part, it creates a lot of muddiness in your mind. What are you thinking about? Where do your thoughts go? How clear is your mind at all? Do you have any clarity in your mind? Have you been able yet to bring yourself into the present moment, away from the past? The past is the past. If you can take a moment now, whatever is in the luggage or the baggage or whatever from the past, and you can just allow that to be there for a little bit. And right this moment, right here and now, do you have a problem right now? Likelihood is that no, you don't. And so if you don't, then you can take a little breather from all the ruins of the past in the present moment and find that little space within yourself where you can allow yourself to just be in the space where you're at. Either you're sitting up, laying down, standing up somewhere. So wherever you are, just be there fully, and acknowledge the space around your body, the space within your body, the inner body. Margie, what's up? And taking action towards healing. And the Knight of Pentacles is what they call the slow pony in the deck. He is, yes, taking action, but also slow action. It's taking its time. And so, and that's a good thing, especially when it comes to healing. And perhaps the clarity that is needed, to resolve this conflict, the conflict being no action, the conflict being the wish that you have, and then the conflict being taking no action on it. And so finding the clarity that you can actually resolve it if you want to. And then taking action and being patient with yourself, being patient, taking action and working towards and have the hope that you can change everything. You can change how you feel about things. You can change how you approach things. You can leave the ruins of the past in the past. You can do it and have the hope for that and the healing and work towards it little by slowly. Little by slowly, be working towards it. And there's no recipe. You can't do get perfectly healed in 30 days and do these things. No, you have to make a commitment, and then you have to be willing to do what it takes. And sometimes maybe all it takes is just one thing that you had to realize, and now everything fell into place because you didn't think it was worthy before. You never accepted, and boom, 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 all the dominoes come falling down, and then everything falls into place. That could be one thing, and that's great. Then you're done kind of with a puzzle. And so in other cases, there might be several things that has been, that is a consequence from what you have experienced. And then you would have to find those different things so that you can nourish and have compassion and nourish yourself back into the present moment. And the present moment, like your senses. Perhaps there is a good smell that you like that can bring you back into your senses. Or perhaps there's some kind of feeling when you're outside, or maybe you like to feel the wind in your hair, or maybe you like to feel water on your skin, or maybe you like to feel the sun on yourself, and then stuff like that. And you can bring your senses into being. So you can bring yourself into the present moment and away from constantly thinking about things, constantly trying to figure out. There is someone on your mind that is not the slow pony. This is someone spontaneous, swift action, hopping around on planet Earth, charging in the direction where the wind blows sometimes, not expressing the creativity or bringing things into fruition. Also blocked out from love. This can be someone else on your mind who is very, or someone else in your life who is very engaged in you when it comes to matters of the passion, matters of the wand, or whatever. And this person might be coming charging at you, wanting to be spontaneous, wanting to charge into your life, wanting to come in there and have at the table and take what they want to take. But this person also is showing up as someone who is not open to the creativity or like to the creative flow of life. They are not embodying the empathy. They are not embodying the compassion. They are not embodying the respect and the loyalty that would come with the Empress and the Queen of Cups. And so this person could very well be also the reason why you are not taking action and moving forward with creating your own foundation and creating your own wish fulfillment situation. And sometimes the people in our life, they can be great, they can be supportive, they can make you feel stronger, they can make you feel more engaged, more excited, more wanting to wake up in the morning. People can support you in so many ways that make you feel stronger as a person. And then there are other people who come in with no compassion, no wanting to start anything long term, not wanting to engage in anything that might require them to have to sit down and look at themselves. They're not willing to go into and do the work that it takes for two people to merge and to find each other. It takes work for people to do that. And so passion alone won't do that. Like passion alone won't do it. So you have to find the willingness to invest long term, the willingness to stand by each other, the willingness to see the creativity, to open up, to be creative together, to be able to talk to one another, come with ideas to one another, bring these ideas into fruition together, like talk about things. You have to be able to talk about your emotions, how to make you feel when the other person is doing this or that. How does that make you feel? How do you feel when something happens with the other person? Do you feel compassion for them? Are you able to verbalize it or show it to them in a way? Are they able to show it and verbalize it to you? Because the communication that we often have with our mouth is so different from what is actually going on in our hearts or in our minds. And so the closer you can get your communication in and maybe this other person is not going to help you get to where you want to. Sometimes people come into your life and they be like, temptation, and there they are, tempting and temptation. And you might be working on something over here because you don't want to feel left out in the cold anymore. You want to be able to share your life, your story, your energy, your time. You want to be able to include yourself with the community around you. And you have your dream, you want your wish fulfillment, whatever that looks like for you, what would make your life perfectly happy and fine with the balance and the foundation. And then this guy comes in, or this girl comes in, this person in your life comes in, full of promises and passion and action, and it will stifle. It will stifle your road towards healing. So it will not help you resolve the conflict in your life. It will add to the conflict in your life. This person is not going to be one who is going to help you reach whatever goals that you have for yourself. This person showing up here is going to take what he needs or she needs, and they're going to take it, and then they're going to go to the next, on to the next. And if you have time for that, and if that's what you want, just a little fiery exchange in life, you can do that. It's an option. But also, it's going to take time away from the movement that you already are wanting to start towards your inner healing, towards leaving the ruins of the past in the past and finding the way to the present moment where you can live an authentic, good, true life and be true to yourself. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, your habit of resistant thoughts is the one thing that ever keeps you from allowing the things that you desire. So if you think that you're not worthy, or you think that you're lacking something, and if that's what you think, then that's a thought of resistance. And so now you're resisting for the richness or for the gifts from the universe to come towards you. And so you are blocking it by doubting yourself, or doubting that you are worthy of the things that you do want. Although you certainly did not intentionally develop these resistant patterns of thought, like these patterns of thought that's one of the consequences from the ruins of the past. These automatic thoughts, we don't even know that we think them anymore because we got so used to it. But they're there, and they are consequences of the ruins of the past. And these are the resistant thoughts. This is why when you close your eyes and you go within and you get to know yourself, that is where you're going to figure out what kind of resistant thoughts do you have. They're going to look different than mine because you have a different training. You have different consequences from the training that you got way back when. And so we all just have to figure out what is the right thing for me to do. How can you figure it out? You pick them up along your physical trail, bit by bit, and experience by experience. Yes, so bit by bit, experience by experience, year by year, we're picking up all these things that are now automatically in our head. And then it's a resistance. So it will block the blessings that we're looking for to achieve with happiness, successful, having a happy home life, a good work situation, having good friends, being able to enjoy the adventures out in the world. There is one thing that is very clear. If you do not do something that causes a different vibrational offering, then nothing in your experience can change. And it sounds like doom and gloom, but it really is not. Like if you don't do something to cause a different vibrational offering, what you are offering, perhaps the feeling left out in the cold and not able to share and feeling like you're not worthy makes you think that this is all that you deserve. Someone coming in with their wand and being all that and a bag of chips, and then that's it. And that's what you feel like you deserve. And that's the only one coming towards you. So you're going to have to just accept that, or you're just going to have to take that. But that's not true. That is not true. And if you went in there and changed the vibrational offering that you sent out to the universe saying, I am not worthy, I am not worthy. And then you'd be like, gee, scratch that. I am worthy, actually. Actually, I am worthy of these things. And then you take back your worthiness. Now this guy won't even come to you. He won't even be attracted to you. Like this person coming in like that, they won't even be attracted to you because you changed your own vibrational offering. And this is why the internal work is so magical and so important for the well-being of us humans here on this planet Earth. And Spirit is saying that resisting teamwork with others. So resisting the teamwork with others is going to create heavy burdens in your life, and it might be difficult to close out cycles. It might be difficult to move out into the world because you have too many burdens, too many things that you are carrying on your own. So this is an encouragement to allow other people to help you. Ask for help when you need it. Allow them to encourage you. Allow them to be there in your life, and allow them to be a support for you as you move towards your healing. And you find the strength in others too to stand up for what you do not believe in, and also to stand up for the things that you do not want in your life. It is easier when you have good support on your side that you know and you trust is on your side. And so carrying the heavy burdens, well, it will give you good leg muscles though, and strengthen your back when you carry all of that. So that's a good thing. And then also by carrying all these things, eventually you'll get to where you are going. And then when you put the burdens down, then you will be able to flip this wheel of fortune in your own favor. And it can also be the message actually that sometimes you got to go at it alone. Sometimes you don't want to involve other people in what you are doing, especially maybe if it's your own internal investigation. Because when you do that, other people, they don't know your hardships. Other people, they don't know your story, your experience, how it felt, what the surroundings were, all that stuff. They don't know that, so those burdens might be for you to carry. And by doing that, you're going to close out cycles of karma. And also you don't want to involve or invite more problems to your life. Like you want to stay clear in the clear. And sometimes by doing that is good to do on your own. But also it can be a call to not let yourself be too exhausted. Like going by things by yourself is exhausting too, because you have to do everything on your own. And so if you get help from others, it might be also easier to close out cycles in your life and find that turning point. The turning point where you are actually taking yourself slowly but surely, one day at a time. You can only do as much, but if you start your day with awareness, and you start your day and you find some kind of peace where you can sit down in the moment and feel a sense of peace within yourself and meditate for a little bit, clear out the clutter in your mind, and then just allow yourself to have that goal that you are going to find back to the core of yourself without all the extra wounding that you know. Your soul knows it too. When the wounding happens, you know that now you got a little bit restricted, you got a little bit more restricted, and you got a little bit more restricted. And you know this, and you can untangle it. Change. So, lost in the ruins of the past, find a way to the present moment and live. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So here is the Chariot in the reversal, and this is definitely a clear message that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And so there is movement, and then there's raft movements, or allowing things to come into your life and sway you, of course, or to change and find your center, find your focus, and keep moving towards what you are trying to achieve and what you are trying to accomplish, and keep going in that direction. So also this card here is like, okay, you have to put in some work. If you want The Seven of Pentacles depicts the hard work that comes before riches and reward. So the hard work that comes before riches and reward, you have to be willing to put in the work that it takes. If your dream is to have a change in your life, or if your dream is to feel different about your life, or if your dream is to be more connected to the world around you, you have to make some changes. You have to put that action into there, and to leave the past in the past. Put in the work that you need to do to change things. Sometimes you just have to put in a massive amount of work for a period of time, and then the riches and the reward that come after it is a good motivation. And also the hard work that it takes. And here is the Ten of Wands. And maybe you do have to go by it alone. This is something that you might have to do on your own, and put in the work and just make a decision on your own to create this change in your life, so that you can swift this wheel around. And then after, when you make the changes and you get yourself to a certain level, now you're emitting a different vibrational offering, and you're going to bring in people who are great for you and for your cause and for the highest good. And thank you, Spirit. That was the message for today. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, respects, and loves. Same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.